For years, the AT&T Center has been the home of our San Antonio Spurs, but in what some would say is a surprising move, the company decided to end its naming rights deal with the franchise.
RJ Marquez takes a look at what's next for the arena and what company could take over naming rights in the near future.
From several NBA championships to rodeos and concerts, the home of the Spurs has hosted hundreds of big events over 2 decades under the name AT&T Center. But that will soon change after AT&T pulled the plug on its naming rights deal with the county building after owning those rights since 2002. So what's next for the arena? UTSA sports marketing lecturer Dr. Rickard Jensen says, first of all, this is not a sign of bad things to come.
I don't see anything which would tend to tell me that this losing of the naming rights seems to indicate the Spurs have any potential of moving up.
In fact, the Spurs could get a better deal in the future. Their current deal with AT&T expires next fall and was on the low end of naming rights agreements, around $2 million a year. Jensen believes that number will go higher.
Part of this is driven by the idea that sports is the only thing in the world that gets you a huge live TV audience.
This also opens the door for a local company to build national brand awareness.
H-E-B expanding into places throughout Texas, not just here in San Antonio and Austin. USAA is another huge company. They recently announced plans to build a big hub in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Jensen also says don't count out businesses like Airbnb, Uber, or Lyft, or non-traditional companies that are flush with cash right now.
Maybe businesses are wary, businesses are not spending and this kind of a thing. But on the other hand, think of how many businesses are highly profitable. I just read Peloton has had sales go through the roof.
AT&T also sold its minority stake in the team. That chunk of the franchise was sold to Michael Dell and 6th Street. The Austin billionaire could want his name on the arena.
I'm 100% confident that the Spurs are going to get a new naming rights sponsor, and I'm about 95% confident the new sponsor is going to pay more.
RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.